There is a very good way to get enhanced suction while mewing, and that way is to relax the tongue so that it fills the entire mouth and forms a natural vacuum without you having to push up. A large part of the issue and the questions that people have with mewing is my tongue doesn't fit in the mouth, or where does the tongue tip go exactly, or when I put the tongue the way I'm supposed to in the mouth, it fills my airway and makes me breathe weird. I can't breathe. All sorts of issues happen like this. Rather than doing that, what I propose that you want to do is relax your tongue. The last video that I did is all about this, how you get an immense mewing force by relaxing the tongue. You can check out that video. We're going to do it briefly here as well. What I want you to do is relax the tongue and let it fill the mouth. It's naturally going to relax and expand in width and in height. So it's going to expand towards the roof of your mouth and filling the floor of your lower jaw as well. You don't have to worry about where it's going to go. You're not going to force it to go anywhere. You're just going to relax it, let it leave your throat, let it come up and out of your throat. All of the tension that you're holding in that tongue, let it go and feel it expand like a balloon. It expands 360 degrees in all directions, pushing against the teeth, pushing against the palate, pushing against the rugae, which is the front of your palate. And if you continue relaxing, you can probably feel even your soft palate and the throat muscles relax, and when they relax, they take up more space. This taking up of more space puts force from the soft tissue into the hard tissue. Once you can feel some force being generated, and it feels sufficiently like, especially in terms of width, that your tongue is now touching both sides, what I want you to do is pull down at the root. The root of your tongue is at the hyoid. The root of your tongue is in the throat and at the back of the throat. So once your tongue is really nicely expanded, I want you to pull this root down. Can you feel the natural suction force that's generated this way? The natural pull. This is done by moving the hyoid. See this? Moving it down. And with the tongue filling the entire mouth cavity, it creates a natural vacuum that will cause suction. It may not be stuck. It's not going to be necessarily stuck to the entire palate. Most people don't have the space for that. We're not going to push it up there and suction it up. We're just going to let it fill as much space as possible, which is naturally just going to push air out. And now when you pull down, there's going to be a suction force. And as well, when you pull down with the throat, it's going to be pulling down on the soft palate as well, which is really with whole body breathing. That's where the real magic is actually going to be happening. At least part of the real magic. When you pull down with that base of the throat, can you feel the soft palate coming down as well? And all the tissue on the sides of the throat. Because what we need for proper growth is actually for the nasal maxilla grows down and forward. So down, forward. So down and forward looks like this, which is proper growth. And as it does so, it rotates. So this comes up, the front comes up, and the back comes down. So actually, where we need that suction force, where we need force generating to pull down, it's not at the front of the palate, it's at the back. To pull the palatine bones, which attach to the sphenoid. And this is the adjustment that we need throughout the whole head. So the palatine bones need to be pulled down, and those attach. If you pull down your throat, or if you pull down your tongue at the throat, at the base of the tongue, if you pull that down, you're going to be manipulating those palatine bones, and indirectly and directly manipulating the sphenoid and the temporal bones. Okay, because all the muscles and connective tissue attach into the cranial base there. So you pull down there and feel the force being generated at the back of your palate. This is both the muscular force and it's also the force of suction. Now, once you've gotten some feeling for that, the next thing that you want to try, the channel is named whole body breathing, because every time that you breathe in, these accessory muscles, the deep throat muscles, so the hyoid muscles, supra and infrahyoid muscles, they connect from the deep throat all the way to under your jaw, becoming your tongue and becoming the throat musculature. So every time you breathe in, I want you to feel the force of that pulling down on that tongue and causing that natural suction force to happen. So once again, you're letting the tongue expand, fill out the entire mouth, pull your hyoid down a few times just to feel that you can generate some suction, you can generate some force. And now every time that you breathe in, feel that force being generated.